Let me start by saying words matter. Words matter when you run for president, and they really matter when you are president.
Clinton?
Well, I support our democracy, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I...
Hey, Commie Hillary, words do matter. Words do matter. Commie Hillary. Up on the screen right now, page 26 of the Communist Manifesto. There are besides eternal truths such as freedom, justice, etc., that are common to all states of society. But communism abolishes eternal truth. It abolishes all religion and all morality, instead of constituting them on a new basis. It therefore acts in contradictions to all past historical experience. And the historical experience of communism is enslavement, death. Yeah, they practice the 7 evil spirits, the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, that's what they do, all right. And page 34 of the Communist Manifesto. Finally, they labor everywhere for the union and agreement of the democratic parties of all countries. The communists disdain to conceal their views and aims. They openly declare their ends shall be attained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions, that the ruling classes tremble at the communist revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite. And working men of the United States have been conducting insurrections since 1886 in the United States. Yeah, that's right. But getting down to what the subject of the matter is. What did Hillary say last night at the convention? Yeah, she said, well, let me play a little clip of what she says.
Let me start by saying words matter. Words matter when you run for president, and they really matter when you are president.
Clinton?
Well, I support our democracy, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I...
Democracy, Hillary? Democracy? And you Democrats keep talking about democracy. We're not a democracy in the United States. Haven't never been a democracy and never will be a democracy. We even got the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Democratic Party get rid of eternal truths, such as liberty and justice. Oh yeah, they get rid of God too. Yeah, they get rid of God, separation of church and state, and eliminate the republic. Yeah, well, where do I get that from? Where do I get that from? Well, you see, it comes from the Federalist Papers 51. The Constitution. We're a republic. We're a republic. And what does it say in Federalist 51? Oh, no, haven't overturned no Constitution. We still got treason laws and everything in there. Yeah. First, we have in a single republic, all the power surrendered by the people is submitted to the administration of a single government, and the usurpations are guarded against by the division of the government into distinct and separate departments. Usurpations is a seizure of rights, liberty and justice, and all the rights you got in the Constitution. The Constitution of the United... Oh, that's a single republic. Constitution of the United States. Ah. But here, look at the next sentence. In the compound of Republic of America, the power surrendered by the people is first divided between two distinct governments, and then the portion allotted to each subdivided among the distinct and separate departments. Hence a double security arises to the rights of the people. The different governments will control each other at the same time. Each will be controlled by itself. Compound republic. That's what we are. We're a compound republic under the umbrella of a confederation. Yeah, that's in the next paragraph, but I'm not going to talk about that today. No, we're going to talk about a compound republic. Well, we have the federal government, which is a single republic, and then we've got 50 state republics with 50 constitutions. Oh, but the Democrats don't honor the state constitutions. They don't honor the federal constitution. They think they got a democracy. But words matter, Hillary. Words matter, Commie Hillary. Words matter, lying Hillary. Yeah. Words matter.
Let me start by saying words matter. Words matter when you run for president, and they really matter when you are president.
Clinton.
Well, I support our democracy, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but
What do we have? We got the works of Frederick Engels, 1847. 1847. And they changed it. They built upon this. This is the basis of the Communist Manifesto. The Communist Manifesto, 1848. But now we're going to talk about the works of Engels. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about the works of Engels. This is the draft of the Communist Confession of Faith. You see, communism is a religion. It's an atheistic religion. It's a cult. It's a cult. And they ask questions. It's like a catechism. Like Luther's small catechism. Except it's communist. Yeah, first question you ask, are you a communist? Yes. What's the aim of a communist? And how do you achieve this aim? Oh, by the elimination of private property and replacement by the community. Everything's owned by the state. Oh yeah, that's a democracy. That's a democracy. Everything's owned by the state. Yeah. Everything's owned by the state. Oh yeah. And when I'm going to go down here a little farther. We're going to go down here a little farther. Oh, there we are. Question 17. What will be your first measure once you've established democracy? Oh. So here comes the confidence game that we have in America. Almost from the beginning, we have a confidence game. We'll just establish a democracy with a democratic constitution. We'll call the Constitution, the Republican form of Constitution, a democratic form, and we'll call a republic, a democracy. We'll call it a democracy. It's a confidence game. Words matter, Hillary. Words matter. We are a compound republic. And what will be your first measure once you've established democracy? Answer: guaranteeing the subsistence of a proletariat. Oh, but who's going to get all the money? Not the proletariat or the middle class. No, no, no. The 1%, the big bucks people, and those that support the big bucks people. Oh yeah, yeah. They're going to enslave the proletariat and the middle class. That's what they're going to do. And by limiting, and how will you do this? By limiting private property, such as the way it is gradually prepares for the way of its transformation into social property, e.g., by progressive taxation, progressivism, limitation of right of inheritance in favor of the state. Oh man, in favor of the state, and by employing workers in national workshops and factories in national states. Now this is just, and educating the children at the expense of the state. Common Core. Yes, sir. Common Core. Yeah, Common Core. This is the start of the planks of communism that you have in the principles of communism, which came out a year later in 1848. Children will be educated in state establishments and indoctrinated by, it doesn't say that, but that's what they mean, indoctrinated into communism. Oh yeah. And what will be the introduction of community property and a community of women? Oh man, the community of women. That's correct, the community of women. So Hillary is a part of the community of women, and you get a first president, woman president. Oh, wait a minute, she already was a co-president, wasn't she? Illegal co-president, treason. Will nationalities continue? No, we get rid of the party, the country lines, borders. Oh man, just get rid of that along with the private property. And they abolish religion. All existing religions superfluous and supersedes them. Communism supersedes them. That's it. That's right. Words do matter, Hillary. Words do matter. You're a effing communist. An effing communist. You hear me? Along with your multiracial president, who's also a communist. Treason.
Let me start by saying words matter. Words matter when you run for president, and they really matter when you are president.
Clinton.
Well, I support our democracy, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but
How long is this going on? How long? I said the insurrection started in 1886, but the communists were working before that. In Europe, they were working before 1847, but they came out with the Communist Confession of Faith in 1847 and the Communist Manifesto in 1848. And look what we have in the United States in 1860, an extension of the 1856 Democratic Party platform. 1860. There was still slavery going on. That's what communists do, by the way. Enslave people. Take private property. Oh, yeah. Ask the Indians, American Indians. Yeah, sir. Took their private property and put them in concentration camps. They're still in concentration camps. Crimes against humanity. In 1860, the democracy of the Union in Convention. See, they were already committing treason. Oh, it goes way back. Way back. Democratic Party platform. By the way, you can get this stuff. Get the Avalon Project, the Yale Law School, Lillian Goldman Library, Democratic Party platform. Get the Communist Manifesto and the principles of communism. Communist Confession of Faith. You get that all at Marxist.org. Marxist.org. You get all this stuff. You read up about it. Read up. Educate yourself about the communist. Yes. Educate yourself about the communist.
Let me start by saying words matter. Words matter when you run for president, and they really matter when you are president.
Clinton?
Well, I support our democracy. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I...
And before I leave you today, let me go back to page 34 of the Communist Manifesto about the union and the agreement of democratic parties of all countries. The communists disdain to conceal their views and aims. They openly declare their ends can be attained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions. Let the ruling classes tremble at a communist revolution. Ruling classes tremble. They're effing terrorists. Hillary Clinton is a terrorist. And you women in the United States, if you want a first woman president, I don't think you want a terrorist as a woman president. Do you? Do you? Criminals violating Article 3, Section 3 of the Constitution. Treason. Forcible overthrow of all existing conditions.
Let me start by saying words matter. Words matter when you run for president, and they really matter when you are president.
Clinton?
Well, I support our democracy. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I...
You see, Hillary, forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions, is advocating the overthrow of government, of the Republic of the United States, the compound Republic of the United States. That's treason. Shall suffer death. 18 U.S.C. Chapter 115. Treason Codification.